Hi people, this is Jada and this is my new channel. Well, I've been wanting for a long time to make some videos and to share them on YouTube, just to talk about everyday problems that are linked to bigger problems like political or social matters. The problem is that I don't know how to make a good video. I don't know how to make a good shot. And right now I'm not home, so my friends who are pretty more experts than me in this field, they can't help me. Finally, I've decided just to make some videos like this one while I'm walking or doing other things, and yeah, to make them and put them on YouTube. So the other day I was on a bus and there were two girls. They were talking about another girl and they called her bitch. Then the same day I went running and a man, he was in a car, he called me bitch, I guess only because I was running and I was a woman. And finally the same day, in the evening, I was out with some friends and they were joking, so they were calling each other a bitch. That day, well, I thought, okay, this word has to be really important to our society, because we just say it so many times during the day, the word bitch. And then I kept thinking about it, and finally I realized that maybe if we really think about it, the word bitch could become a compliment and not anymore an insult. Well, you know, we have a lot of bad words in our languages. In Italian there are tons of them and they are funny. They are useful also because sometimes you can make a speech more powerful with them. But yeah, focusing on the word bitch, I think we have to make a distinction, because sometimes we use it just to use a bad word without thinking about the meaning of the word. Like when you are with some friends and you just want to use a bad word and you use bitch without referring to the profession of the prostitutes. Some other times you think about the meaning of this word, like when there is a girl who flirts with a lot of guys, or when there is a girl who is not dressed correctly, or when there is a girl who is just beautiful and you invite her. In all these cases you use the word bitch referring to the profession of the prostitute, and so thinking about the meaning of the word. And this insult is used both by women and by men. Then yeah, I think that maybe it is a bit sadder than women insult seriously other women using the word bitch, like it is said that a black man insults seriously another black person with the N-word, or like if a gay person insults seriously another gay person using the word gay. But yeah, that's another story. So in this video I'm gonna talk about the second use of the word bitch. So when we think about the meaning of the word and we just refer to the profession of the prostitute. So yeah, I think it is a word that we have always used in our human history. I think the word bitch was used by the Babylonians, it was used by the Romans, it was used in the Middle Ages, and surely there are a lot of words to say the same thing. Like in English you can say bitch, but you can also say slut, whore, and that's the same in all the other languages. But yeah, I'm not doing like a history class. I was just thinking about the meaning of the word, because it's not so common to insult a person using a profession, because we don't go to a person that we want to insult and say to her, "Oh, you butcher," or "you teacher," or "you judge," "you engineer," right? But we go to people and we say to them, "You prostitute, you bitch." So why the word bitch can become an insult? Well, I think it is because in our society, the profession of the prostitute is not considered as an honest and moral profession. And so if you say to a person, "Your job is dishonest and immoral," you are saying to this person, "You are an immoral and dishonest person," right? Well, it is clear that there isn't a natural or objective hierarchy of morality in the jobs or in the professions. It is a society who defines whether a profession is moral or not. If we were in a pirate society, maybe we would consider normal and honest to steal, to kill, to rape, and to do all the pirate stuff. And maybe we would consider dishonest to work without using violence or guns or cannons or swords, So, yeah, I think our society considers the profession of the prostitute as a dishonest job. And so we have to ask ourselves why our society has decided this thing. Well, first of all, I haven't studied anything. Don't think what I'm saying is something proved. It's only me who is talking. And so, yeah, I think that maybe our society is a bit scared of prostitutes. And that's why we consider them dishonest workers, And it makes sense, because always in our human history, we have tried to fight what we feared, even if we didn't know it. And I think that's the case. And yeah, why we are afraid of prostitutes? Well, I think there are a lot of reasons. Maybe one of the most important reasons is that the prostitute, she doesn't respect our moral in a plateau way. She just does what she wants with her body, and she doesn't care about our moral and about our moral rules. And this is frightening. This is scary for a person who thinks that our moral rules are universal and natural rules, and they are not only human rules. I think that we are in a sexophobic society. We don't talk about sex, or if we talk about sex, we talk about it in a toxic way, or we are embarrassed. Sex is a taboo, and when we talk about it, we plug the ears of our children. We were taught that sex is a sin, right? So we are in a sexophobic society. But the prostitute doesn't care about it. She has already overcome all the moral rules and all the taboos linked to sex, because she does what she wants with her body. She does what she wants with her sex life. She makes sex with whoever she wants, whenever she wants, and not only that, she also makes money on it. I'm talking about the prostitute as a professional figure. I'm not talking about all the women who are forced into prostitution and so they can't do whatever they want with their body. So yeah, the prostitute, she is caring because she tells us, hey, your morality is only a human thing. Actually, you can change it, you can add rules, or you can change rules. And this is scaring because, our moral tries to limit our use of our body. For a moral who says to you how to dress, with whom you can have sex, with whom you can't have sex, when you can have sex, for a moral who says that if a girl she flirts with a lot of guys, she's a bitch, and if a boy is effeminated, then he must be corrected. For this type of moral, prostitutes are really scaring, because what if also other people learn from the prostitute that actually they can do whatever they want with their body, they can do whatever they want with their sex life, because moral rules are ancient and they are also human, they are not universal, you can overcome them. If we were in a society in which we couldn't eat meat, for example, because our God has forbidden us to eat vegetables through his prophet, then vegetarians or people who eat vegetables, they would be scaring and frightening for the society, because they would just eat vegetables and nothing would happen to them, because vegetables are edible. And not only that, maybe they would be also physically better than the other people, because a more varied diet, you can benefit from a more varied diet, right? So that's the same case with the prostitutes. They are just free. They do whatever they want with their body, with their sex life, and they don't care about moral rules. And they show us that these moral rules are only human, and you can change them and you can overcome them. So maybe the prostitutes could set an example. And so maybe the word bitch could be considered as a compliment, not anymore as an insult, because it could be a synonym, and it could mean you are a free person. You don't care about others' opinion, you don't care about human moral rules, you just do whatever you want with your body, with your life, with your sex life. You have already overcome all the taboos, you have already overcome all the irrational rules, you're just free. Because I think that prostitutes as professional figures, like I said before, they are just free and they are strong, because they don't care about our opinion on them. They don't care about what society says on them, because we say a lot of terrible things on prostitutes. They just don't care. They are just free to do whatever they want, and they live free and they make money with their body, and they don't care. They just don't care. They live. So maybe they could set an example for all of us. Maybe we could learn something from the strength of these women who fight the society, the moral rules, irrational rules of their society, just with their work. And that's it. So maybe, if you want, and next time that someone calls you bitch, you can just answer, well, thank you, man. That's all, guys. Thanks for having seen the video, and if you liked it, put a like below it, share it, please, and put also some comments below it. That's all. Thanks, and see you next time.